business. Cowboy Nation, we got $9.5 million. Let's see what we gonna do with it, baby. Now, granted, the Cowboys, they can do exactly what they need to do. Either they can sign a free agent, go into this thing and just sign a free agent. They can dance around with a trade situation. Granted, I don't think that the Cowboys would do just that, by the way, but that would be a situation whereas we would love for the Cowboys to make a trade for a guy with the 9.5, or they can go ahead and take care of their own with those particular things. Now, granted, the Dallas Cowboys, we are the kind of caliber of team that like to operate within the confines of themselves, right? Now, with $9.5 million, of course, we've been talking about Michael Parsons' contract. We've been talking about CeeDee Lamb contract. This team in general, where are our weak spots? Our weakest spot, in my opinion, is interior defensive tackle play, right? And the unknown is the veteran guy on the outside of the DB situation. Now, there are a few guys that's out here that's top available cornerbacks. You have the Stephon Gilmore. He's familiar with the team in general, but not necessarily with the system that Mike Zim is going to put out there. But he do know Al Harris, so that's a good situation. You got Xavier Howard, right? You bring him in for a cup of coffee. Adoree Jackson, maybe, just maybe. Steven Nelson, I think he had, 3 or 4 INTs last season. Yes, he's a little older, but hey, bring him in. My guy, J.C. Jackson, he would be a good guy to bring in for a cup of coffee to have at least a veteran presence. Now, granted, I think the Cowboys with DB play, they would at least like to see what they already have, right? Work those boys out, check and see if these guys can stand tall or not at all. But if it's a situation with the $9.5 million, bring in J.C. Jackson for a cup of coffee. I wouldn't mind that at all. Far as the running backs, you got Dalvin Cooks, Jerick McKinnon, you got Kareem Hunt, you got Latavius Murray, and Cam Akers. Out of all of those boys, if healthy, Cam Akers will be my guy, but I think that the Cowboys are going to rock and roll with what they got, and there's no reason or no tangible reason to go out there and get any of these guys because of the fact that they're going to at least see what they got already with the running back room. Now, safety play, we can all say to ourselves, we good with that. Can't wait to see what our boys look like. But I got to bring this up. Justin Simmons, he's really nice. You know, I like his skill set. He had, 3 INTs last season. He is a guy that can fly out to the ball. He can cover every blade of grass out there, and even in a pinch, hook the sideline. He could do that as well. So I do like his skill set. Quandre Diggs. Hey, we got a Diggs on this team, but hey, I wouldn't mind having Quandre. Quandre is a downhill thumper type of safety. He'll be able to bring a lot of good stuff for us, but at this time, we would like to see who we already have in these particular moments. And Micah Hyde, he's pretty good. Jamal Adams, he's a guy that you can play closer to the LOS, and then he can be that dude for you. And Eddie Jackson, we all know we like Eddie. But I would tell you guys this, collectively, we are okay with our DB room in general. So when we think about everything, interior defensive tackles would be the only area where I think that the Cowboys should go bang on the table for. One can argue on the offensive side, wide receiver could be a place where the Cowboys would at least consider. But 9 times out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, the Cowboys may just sit on this $9.5 million and do nothing with it, right? And that could be a situation. That could be the situation. All in all, Cowboy Nation, I look at the offseason as a long one. It's still too soon. I get it. A lot of people talking about veteran leadership and leadership in general. The key part of this, sometimes you just have to sit back and let this thing play itself out. I get it. A lot of the fan base are mad about Michael Parsons. A lot of fan bases are mad about CeeDee Lamb. But at the end of the day, these boys play a game. Play a game. And on top of this, the NFL do means not for long. And the Jones family, like I lamented earlier, that they are the ones that were willing to play hardball with Emmett, right? They said, hey, man, look, we're not willing to pay you. And that's coming off of a Super Bowl, coming off of rushing for over 1,700 yards. That's coming from off of rushing for 18 touchdowns. So if they play hardball with Emmett, what do you think that they're going to do with any of these boys that's on this team now? And none of those guys can hold a candle to what Emmett did that season, right? So it goes to show you that a philosophy, a principle, a concept is what they do. The Jones family, that's just what they do. The front office, that's just what they do. That's how they handle the negotiations. On top of that, they are telling you, hey, raisins on potato salad is good. That's how we make it. Come on, try some. It's good. That's their thoughts and their mindset. They're not finna change and switch that up. And they do like to wait to the last minute to do their contracts, right? On all of their contracts. And when they do decide to go a little early, it's because of the situation, whereas the particular player end up getting hurt or something like that, and they're trying to get in front of it, like the Barry Churches of the world, Tyrone Crawfords of the world. And to a degree, this in mind, there was a player that wore 19 here, wide receiver, took $6.5 million less to be here. And he still got his name sullied and denigrated. And he was considered selfish. And he was considered not a team builder and all of this stuff. And then all you see is since he's been gone, players still reaching out to him. People are still talking to him. People are still saying that they learned so much from Amari Cooper. That's his name, by the way. And he took $6.5 million less. How selfish of him to do that. That's crazy, huh? That's flat out crazy. Can you imagine that? You take less money and you still get the title or label of being selfish? Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up. And for those who knows, in the hearts of hearts, they know I'm telling the truth. Yes, indeed, they know I'm telling the truth. And that's just the reality of it, baby. No. And how this thing is all structured, that they will have you guys on the side of the billionaires juxtaposed to the millionaires that's out there on the field, the players, that they can be one hit away from being the next Ron Shazier. And I'm not using that as a joke. I'm just using that as truths. So, hey, leadership have nothing to do with the ability to get paid, right? And at the end of the day, regardless of your situation, these boys want to get paid. So if Zach Martin had to hold out for his money, if even on other teams like Aaron Donald had to hold out for his money and Nicky Bosa had to hold out for his money, what you think Michael Parsons and as well as CeeDee Lamb going to have to do? That's just how it is. Billionaires don't want to pay millionaires. And on top of that, that's just how it goes. If you are of the mindset that these guys should just get out there and play and they're going to get taken care of regardless, I got land on the moon for sale. This is a all-time capitalistic society. They're going to try to squeeze out as much as they can from you, and they always going to try to buy low and sell high. That's just how it goes. That's the nature of the business. So if it's not mandatory, you don't have to be there. Hey, you ain't willing to pay me, leader or not. On top of that, nobody was saying that, hey, Zach Martin was selfish. And he held out twice. And he had to. If not, the Joneses wouldn't have paid him. That's just how it goes. It's business. Cowboy Nation, we got $9.5 million. Let's see what we gonna do with it, baby. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's get it. Peace.